Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Papa Joe for this week's edition of the Metal Shop Vlogs.
This is my keto.
This week we have a special guest.
Thank you so much.
You can't see him. Only his hand.
That's okay. We have our good friends in GLDN CRCK. We go ways back with them, man. We've caught them at shows. I remember the first time we saw GLDN CRCK at Mesa Music Hall, and it was Cesar.
Yep.
Okay, quick intro. So this is Cesar.
Yeah, I'm Cesar Casanova from GLDN CRCK, drummer and lead vocals.
Junior Sabbath, guitars and samples, and backing vocals.
Yeah. So the first time we saw him, it was Cesar, but he had a different lineup. And even, I mean, the first time we were like blown away by their whole technique and their sound. There's just like, for a three-piece, they just brought so much, man. It was crazy. So they blew us away from the very beginning. So, you know, as time's gone on and we've seen them with different lineups of Junior's like one of our like favorite local guitarists, man. Like shreds.
Yeah.
Shreds like with so much ease. So yeah, go ahead and talk to us about your band and how the band started.
Okay, the band started, I think, the 2010. In Mexico City. I was in Mexico City. I was living in Mexico City, and
You know, that's one thing I remember, that the first time we saw you guys, everybody made like a real big deal because you guys were coming from Mexico City.
Yeah.
Even we were like, wow, cool, they're coming from so far away.
yeah, it was crazy because, you know, in Mexico City it's another scene. You know, it's like it's like a rocker scene. It's you know, it's purely pop rock on Mexico City. It's not rock or industrial or
Not metal.
yeah, no. It's you know, there's a huge fans of metal.
There's a metal scene, of
Yeah.
course.
But there was a great bands on Mexico City made in Mexico City. No, it was just you know, US public. And it's weird because to me it was like I'm starting to, you know, to sing in English, and it was like, okay, I like your band, but I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's like, damn. So we moved to El Paso and you know, the border in Juarez, and we're going to start playing with another band members those times, and it was great. It was great. It was great to, you know, find this in other ways of music, in other kind of styles of music, and it was just great, man, to be back.
Yeah, that's cool. So, but you did, you were here for, you said 4 years, right?
Yep.
You moved back to the El Paso Juarez area for 4 years, and you guys played, not like, you didn't like oversaturate the scene with local shows, but you did play consistently, because I remember catching you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But then you did move back to Mexico City.
Yeah, it was because, you know, I have a good friends in the industry in Mexico, and it was like, bring back the GLDN CRCK to see the new project, to see the new members, to see, you know, all the new stuff that we recorded and that we started playing, and it was great because it's a great change. You know, I know the scene now from El Paso. We had a lot of friends, and it's cool. It's cool to be back and have shows, you know, in US or in Mexico, Europe, or Latin America, wherever.
So how did you already knew Junior when he joined the band?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Woo!
Tell us. Recently we thought we were friends since junior high or middle school, and we have been good friends since middle school. And we always played together and we jammed together. We never really were in a band together. We just sort of made cover bands, and we always jammed together growing up. We come to find out like a year ago. Well, I joined the band like a year and a half ago, and you know, I went in and substituted a couple members. Once we started the band, we had this new focus of it, you know, kind of like these reboot, and we both have very similar musical influences, you know, growing up together and all. And coming to find out like a year ago that we actually know each other from kindergarten.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
we have a picture of kindergarten graduation.
Wow, that's crazy.
Both of us are right there. It was my mom telling me, it was like, you guys are crazy, man. You guys have been friends since we were like 3. Like, no
I
way.
don't remember that.
Yeah, we don't remember. None of us remember that. And then she's like, oh yeah, you guys were, look.
That's crazy, man. You know, like, I guess like life just
Yeah, right.
Goes in circles and brings you guys back
Brought
together.
us back together to jam.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know we also know Junior from, he's in a couple of other local bands. So we've seen, we've been friends with him for a good while. We worked on photo shoots with him with his other bands, as well as with Golden Crack. Remember we did a photo shoot before
Yeah.
he went back to Mexico City, and they had a blast. We shot downtown El Paso, and
That was a really cool shoot.
we got some really cool, pretty good content from that one, man. It's like, it was crazy, it just worked out well.
Yeah.
So, okay, so like, I know that you've had some changes in the band, like right now you went from a 3-piece to a 2-piece.
Mhm.
So like, is the sound still the same?
Yeah, I think it's better, and because you have all the control from the track, the samples and all that stuff, and it's better because we just own 2 pieces and I don't know. How do you think?
We can.
I think it's better.
Yeah, no, it's better because we can have a little more control
Yeah.
into what's going on.
It's
And
more
then
easy.
at the time of shooting ideas back and forth, and let's say because he writes the material and we shoot back and forth, especially since we've been working long distance a lot now, Mexico City to El Paso to Mexico City, and now it gets to a point where it's easier to control the band between 2 people and to control everybody's responsibility. It is more responsibility for each, you know what I mean? We do have more, like we have to tackle on what the other member brought to the band. We have to kind of like put it between ourselves and execute it live. But I think it makes it more fun and it makes the show a little more dynamic as well as energetic.
So, but do you think that there's like more like reliability since there's only 2 of you? Like you can rely on each other, and then you don't have to worry about like 2 or 3 other people like waiting to do their part?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we both consider ourselves to be pretty solid when it comes to playing with each other. So I know that when he shoots me an idea, I generally know that 80% of it, I know exactly what he's talking about. And there's kinks you work out before the show, little details here and there.
So you guys have like a chemistry already?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that chemistry goes a long way, man. And then also like when you find somebody that you pair up with really well, that's even better, man, because like you don't have the letdown of waiting for somebody to do their part when it affects, the collective. I say that because I have Judy, and she's always like, her and I are on the same page. Like we know what we're gonna do, we have a goal, we do it together, and we can really count on ourselves to
good.
each other,
And far.
And if I don't do my part, like I come home and she gives me dirty looks.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Like,
Even the dogs sit on me. They turn their faces on me.
like far from being a burden, I think that it's more like a creative push. You know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
get you.
You know what I mean? Like it's 2 and we're coordinated, and you don't want to let him down, and you know what I mean. None of you want to let each other down. You guys want to like fulfill each other's expectations. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, it's crazy, but it's like a relationship.
Yeah.
That's what I always tell the kids. So as far as like your personal music history,
Well, first EP came out in 2011.
2011, I think. Yeah.
but what about before that? Like, what got you into music? Did you always know you were going to be a musician?
Oh yeah, this guy, I was lost him for a while.
Since I don't know, 91, I think.
Well, what was that first thing that you heard that said that put that seed in your head?
Black Sabbath.
Yeah, Black
When I
Sabbath.
hear Iron Man changed my life.
Dude, Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Right?
We saw Black Sabbath at Albuquerque last year.
Oh yeah,
Judy was
really?
there, yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the farewell tour.
The answer.
The end tour.
That was the end tour. Oh, I'm so lucky that we got to see them.
That's cool. That was a cool show.
It's funny because we're sitting there watching them, and I'm thinking, this is their last tour, and they haven't lost a step at all.
Oh no,
I
man.
think they killed it.
Yeah, they sounded great and
They could
everything.
probably play like another 10 years.
Please.
Yeah, I know. So Black Sabbath's your influence.
Totally. Black Sabbath, Nine Inch Nails, Depeche Mode, New Order. I like so many bands. I like Soundgarden. I like, I don't know.
Yeah, we grew up in the whole
Yeah.
grunge metal era. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I detected the 9 Inch Nails the first time I saw you.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that same vibe.
Yeah.
That's cool. And so what? So like, what? Those are influences, Black Sabbath too.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, a lot of Black Sabbath.
This is Junior Sabbath.
Yeah. A lot of Black Sabbath. Of course, we both have also like a big Metallica school and all the
Everything with group, man.
Anything groovy we got into. A lot of. You take
Pantera.
you take a look at the heavier side as well, like Pantera and Lamb of God. We listen to a lot of European metal, like In Flames and
Misfits. I love punk
punk music. You know what I mean?
It's one of my favorites.
So we have a big, I guess, range of influences, but we try to condense them into 2 or 3 and put them into our
Nice.
sound.
Okay, so like you just mentioned your sound. So what would you call your sound?
I think it's electro rock. That's it. You know, there's so many bands to and start saying, "Wow, I don't know what's my."
Yeah.
It's not.
I don't wanna say.
That's
It's hard to put a label on it.
Yeah.
And if you want to like broaden it, I guess it's like electro rock because it's got groove. I don't want to say it's heavy because it isn't heavy, but it has groove. You know, groove to where you can headbang to it, feel it. You know what I mean? And it's got also a lot of danceable parts. You know, or there's a straight beat being played as opposed to a drum beat.
yeah.
Now, one thing I did notice, like from the very first time I saw you, is you use instruments that aren't used a lot. Like at the shows we go to, you know, there's like a guitar, bass, drum, keyboards, occasion, but you use like an iPad. I think like the first time I saw you, the guy was using an iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JP, it was on the
On
iPhone,
bass,
yeah, a kayak, the MPC, and it's, you know, it's like a Nirvana using the instruments from Nine Inch Nails, I think. It's kind of
It's like electro grunge.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I think that's one of the things that caught my eye because I've never seen that before. But that's really cool because it's creative, man. You use like different platforms to create your sound.
And then a lot of people they hear that on record and they think that it's purely electronic, and then there's two like you know they visualize a band of 5 or 6 dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they see us live and they're like, it's 2 of you? Like, who's playing the synths? And I
Behind
am.
the stage or.
You know, yeah, and they're like, well, who's playing guitar? I am.
So let's talk about your original music. I don't ask you how many songs you have because you guys are veterans, man. So like, what about like I don't know, full length or EPs?
Yeah, we have the first EP, it's called G's for GLDN CRCK. It was in 2011. And when we started to demo all the stuff from Ghost Nation, it was released in May 16th?
No, June 3rd. June 3rd?
June 3rd? Yeah, I think.
2016.
2016, last year, huh?
So you have a total of two EPs.
No,
Yeah.
IP in a long,
Full length?
Yeah.
So Ghost Nation was a full length?
Yes.
Yep.
Ghost Nation's full length was released on all iTunes and Spotify, everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know what you had doing your multimedia, but man, they did good work.
It was good. It was nice.
It was everywhere. It had a really good presence, and I was pretty blown away by that, man. So I don't know, is it like a team of people you have who help you out? Is it mainly you guys?
Mostly it's self
DIY?
Mhm. Mostly. We do have a couple people that help us, but not in the online department.
No,
Not at all.
So
That's
like-
all DIY.
just my Mac.
Yeah.
That's
Do you guys record yourself?
Yeah, we started to record the drums on Mexico and the guitars, and then we're back to Juarez and started to record the basses with JP. Hello to JP. And Eric from Fools Like Me. And it was a band member at that time. And and we started to record all of the home studio in Juarez. And then we send all the material with Chambers, Rockstar Studios in Juarez.
Chambers.
And Chambers. And we mastered the album on Sonic Ranch.
Ooh,
That's it.
Nice. Yeah. It's like, I think people who are not like in the music industry just don't realize how much work goes into it.
Oh yeah,
How
man.
much it's so painstaking, man. Like just putting it all together. Like to begin with, to write it, and then to put it together, and then like to be happy with the final product.
Yeah.
Not just, I think the hardest part is to come to the point where you feel this is as far as this is gonna go.
Okay, this is good enough.
Yes,
This is fine.
because it's never like perfect. It's always like good enough. You know what I mean?
But I'm sure there's some times where you like record a song like in one take, and you're like, damn.
Yeah, well, there is, but then you get that one, that one thing telling you like you could have done better.
Cool. So, what are your songs about? Like, what do you write about?
You know,
And you know what? I know that YouTube is like mainly, it's worldwide. So like, if he wants to explain in Spanish, I'm more than cool with that, man. I want him to make sure he gives us the
Latino,
message.
yeah, because I need to express myself. Latino, okay. Bueno, prácticamente todos los temas de Golden Crack entablan mucho la onda política, ¿no? La onda política y social de lo que estamos viviendo como país, ahora sí que en México, y sobre todo la carencia que tenemos o la empatía que tenemos también como artistas al tener que crear, el compromiso que tenemos como artistas sobre todo, y tener que crear algo por el país, ¿no? Y sobre todo por la música, ¿no? Porque creo que nos perdemos en otras cosas, como, no sé, o sea, puede ser, si está de moda el trap o está de moda, no sé, pues el reggaetón, ya todo el mundo quiere hacer eso. Golden Crack es lo mismo, eso mismo dice el nombre, ¿no? O sea, es romper con el oro, ¿no? O sea, es ahora sí que el quiebre del oro, ¿no? De lo que todo el mundo quiere, entonces lo hacemos de esa manera, ¿no? Y lo hacemos de la manera en la cual desde que yo toco la batería y me paro a cantar, y Junior también hace todas las partes de que pueda ser tal vez un programador y tocar la guitarra, ¿no? Entonces es como hacer todo al revés en una cuestión, es como un caos organizado, lo puedo poner así, de esa manera. Y es un laboratorio de ideas, ¿no? No es como, tú sabes, así el vocal que está súper guapo y que está enfrente y que deja a Ringo Starr atrás o X, ¿no? O sea, enseguida, o sea, no es esa fórmula. El Golden Crack es romper con ese esquema y es hacer las cosas por la música, ¿no?
You can ask in English.
Vamos a me imagino como son como un trabajador, porque pues son dos y tienen que hacer muchas partes los dos.
Yep.
Sí, es
Y
divisible.
sí, dijiste que like, se trata de la política. A mí me encantó como Vicente Fox le dice a Trump, estás güey. De perdida no tienen Trump ustedes en México.
No, pero igual.
No vale.
Bueno, ahora está igual, ¿eh? Ahora sí ya.
Ya, hay dos.
I think it's the same.
Peña Nieto y Trump. You don't know where to look anymore, right?
Yeah.
¿Y dónde pueden escuchar su música?
En todas las plataformas digitales, Deezer, iTunes, Spotify, en absolutamente todas, ¿no? Hasta en Claro Música en México. Pueden conseguir ahí el disco en línea también en Facebook, que es Golden Crack Band, en Twitter igual Golden Crack Band, y YouTube todas las presentaciones, live acts, live sessions, videos oficiales, tenemos un lyric video de Moon que está ahorita casi estrenándose, tiene muy poquito. Y bueno, prácticamente el material ya en físico es mandándonos un inbox o entrando a la shop de ahí del Facebook. Ahí está todo lo que es playeras, stickers, pins, todo, ¿no?
Y también me mencionaste que están tratando de grabar ahorita.
Sí, estamos ahorita estamos trabajando en un nuevo EP que va a salir en octubre. Y bueno, ahora sí que yo lo veo de esta manera, ¿no? Si tu fórmula en el primer disco la encuentras, ya de ahí ya te puedes ir derecho, ¿no? Yo creo que hay una maldición en la música en la que dicen, lo veo en Royal Blood, ves el primer disco, es genial, y el segundo, yo siento que es muy bueno, pero ya ellos decidieron irse como a una onda más pop.
Más comercial.
Ajá.
La parte pop de
Radio.
Y se vale, ¿no? O sea,
Sí, se vale.
muy respetable. Y yo
Es que
creo
también es negocio.
Exactamente, es totalmente, ¿no? Es un negocio, una empresa. En Golden Crack yo creo que es al revés, o sea, yo creo que yo cada vez, lo puedo decir así, yo cada vez veo más carencia creativa en un entorno, digamos, mainstream, porque hay 10,000 proyectos allá afuera, y yo sé que los hay también aquí, y en Juárez, y en todos lados, que están haciendo cosas verdaderas, ¿no? O sea, ahorita mencionábamos a Heavy Soul, por ejemplo, Heavy Soul, pues, buenísima banda, ¿no? O sea, yo creo en ellos, es como volver a creer en tener 15 años y decir, pues, claro, ajá, exactamente, o sea.
¿A quién han tocado? ¿Qué hizo? Es más, esa misma noche Junior tocó aquí con Sledgehammer.
Oh, that's right.
O Sledgehammer es una banda es igual, o sea, es una banda que te dice las cosas en la cara, no es como disfrazar porque tal empresa que te está manejando te dice que puedes decir o que no puedes decir, ¿no? Es como Jim Morrison cuando tocan Light My Fire y le dicen que no digan Higher y lo dicen en la tele, ¿no? O sea, yo creo que eso es muy de Golden Crack, o sea, es muy así, muy fundamental en no callarnos nada, no querer tapar el sol con un dedo, ¿no?
It's really cool.
This song is called Revelation. I dream of two, it's our reflection, breaking groups of enemies. Heaven's lost, I'm not a savior, just a beauty of burden slave. The snitch arrives, everything is gone.
your show experience, like your resume.
Oh man. Well, the
I don't know,
band-
like, I mean, we could talk about where you played here in El Paso and in Mexico.
Well, we've the band's done before I joined. It's done a lot of shows down south, Mexico City, you know, and Chihuahua City, coming back and up north. A bunch of shows in Juarez. Once I joined, man, we've covered a lot of ground. We played. The band's also played Austin, San Antonio, Fort Worth, El Paso. We've done some of the 3 or 4 of the important venues here. Juarez.
San Diego back in the 2010.
Oh, that's right.
Was a solo project.
The solo project when it was really starting. Last year when we did the Ghost Nation tour, we did everything from, we started here in El Paso, which we played with the New Regime, Ivan Rubin from Nine Inch Nails.
It was a cool experience.
Cool experience, yeah, playing with them. It was a great band. We started with them, we went down to Juarez, then we played Chihuahua City at Don Burro, one of the bigger clubs of the independent scene in Mexico. We keep going down to Torreón, which is Coahuila, then we played Monterrey, we played Saltillo, we played San Luis Potosí, Mexico City, Toluca. I mean, we put in the footwork, man.
Yeah.
We put in some footwork.
Hey man, I see it, man. I see it. Every time we see you guys are always up to something new, man. It's crazy. So like, what's the scene like in Mexico City?
It's great. You know, there's a lot of hype. There's a lot of, you know, it's like in LA or New York. There's a good things, good artists, but there's a big scene of fake artists. You know.
Like wannabe.
Yeah, you know, and it's hard to me because, you know, like I said, the Golden Crown is in English and it's like an industrial groovy electro rock music, and everyone needs to or I don't know if they need to hear new music or the new indie pop scene, which to me it's a scrap.
There's a lot of music out there that is coming out, I think, copying formulas. I don't think that it's coming out
It's
with
like a copy paste.
with a general,
Like genuine.
yeah, like genuine.
Yeah.
So when you hear it, I don't think that genuine feeling comes across if you don't have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you go back to even 80s rock, and you had the whole 80s metal era, and you had
Or the new wave.
yeah, or new wave. You had the pioneers of it, and then you had
Lots of
all
stuff.
these bands that just kind of jumped on the pony. And
Yeah, we were just talking about that last week, man. Like I remember in the '80s, because I grew up in the '80s. I remember we loved like bands like Dawkins, and
Yeah.
towards the end, like like Muddy Crew and Rat. Rat was like one of my favorite bands, and that was cool. Like we were cool with that. But then all of a sudden, you get bands like Faster Pussycat and Kicks and Autograph, and that's when it kind of started being like very watered down,
it felt like a trend
cheap
now.
imitation.
Yeah.
They were trying too hard, or versus the originals, like that's just who they were.
Yes, exactly. It's just not who they are. It's just who they're
I
trying
think
to be.
that's like a trend with music. Sometimes a certain sound will get oversaturated with people trying to do the same thing until something new comes along, and then everybody goes in that
To
direction.
that direction. But see, I don't think that there's a legacy being left behind. I think that only when, now it really applies when they say be yourself. I think in music more than any art form, it applies. And once you are yourself and you can express and you find the formula to express what's in here into your music, and people can hear what's in here, then you actually leave a mark. Then people can say, oh, I can hear this forever, and it's timeless because it's not based on a trend or a style. It's just something new altogether. It doesn't have to be not influenced, because I think that everybody's influenced by somebody. It's inevitable. You grew up listening to music, you listen to music every day in your car. And,
You have that song in your head.
yeah, but I think that the moment that you start looking at outward inspiration instead of looking inward into you for your inspiration, then something's wrong.
Yeah, like you could say, like okay, the '80s bands. Like you could right off the bat think of some of the bands from the '80s. It's easy to identify, and then the '90s too.
Yeah.
The '90s. And then you start getting 2000s, and it gets very broad, man. Like there's just so much. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
It
what
is.
the deal is with that.
And especially now that there's a need to label everything. Everything has to fall into like, oh, this is indie pop electro rock.
Well, that's the thing is that there's a need to label things, but nobody wants to be labeled.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, everybody sees it as like limiting yourself. Like, I don't wanna be indie because then if I do something that's a little harder than that, then,
They're gonna be like, well, they're straight from their
I thought they
indie
were
sound.
indie.
Yeah.
yeah, I get you. Like, I mean, there's some bands who are true to their sound, like death metal. Grind is grind.
Yeah.
But there's some bands that just don't wanna be put in any category.
Yeah.
That's understandable. So like, what about what's the scene like in Chihuahua? Does it compare? Is it pretty much the same? And I ask that because like we've had friends here who come and hang out with us, and like those have been here from Canada, and we've talked about different scenes throughout the country, and it's crazy how you see the same trends with certain scenes. Like people are doing the same thing like throughout the whole country. So I wonder what it's like in Mexico.
Okay, in Mexico,
It's a little different though.
Yeah, it's so different because they have a lot of kind of music. They have metal, they have electro, they have I don't know.
Yeah, like right now there's a lot of electronic music.
Yeah.
Of course, there's always and will always probably be a lot of like the old school ranchero music and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. You know, that's always present. But I think that Mexico, as opposed to, or I think Latin America or Latin people in general, I think the shows are a little more energetic the further down.
Yeah.
The further down you go.
It's because people are really passionate in Mexico, man.
Yeah, man.
Not just Mexico, but like even Central and South America.
Yeah.
Check out videos like from Rock in Rio.
Yeah, especially
Right there,
Brazil.
man.
It's
Oh yeah, man.
damn, it's crazy.
People are like singing guitar lines and stuff. And
Oh shit. That's crazy. Yeah, and then like, I don't know. I think America's maybe just like a little spoiled. Like, it's like hard to impress people here.
because it's the biggest market, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just hard to impress kids. Like kids go to a show and they stand there and they're cool with it, you know. As a matter of fact, like this band that we saw last night, they were saying that to us. They were saying, you know, it's really hard to gauge the kids that were at our show because they were just like standing there. So like we think they liked us because they were watching us, but they weren't really into it. They weren't singing or they weren't moving.
Yeah, and we come from a generation of like, you know, mosh pits and you know, and headbanging.
No
you
cell
know.
phones.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like
Just CDs, tapes, you know.
we like to play a show and let our hair loose and headbang. And, you know what I mean? We don't
Yeah.
like I don't understand a band that's sitting there playing. I can understand if the music's really intricate and you're
Yeah,
concentrated.
you need to focus.
But if you're like, I can't do it. You know, I just get into it and I start feeling it and just. I know my neck's gonna hurt the next day, but that's cool. It's part of
You
it.
get that bang over.
The bang over, there you go.
And how easy is it to work with promoters in Mexico? Is it the same? Because like sometimes I don't know. I mean, I'm not bashing anybody. I don't talk down about anybody, especially promoters. Because like promoters for us, they're like our bread and butter. They help us a lot. We get to go to shows and help them with the stuff that we do. But I know that it's still a business, man. Like promoters have to make money.
Definitely.
That's the name of the game. So I wonder, like, is it different in Mexico?
I think it's a new way. It's a new way to do the things, you know, to run all these shows or tour like we do on 2016. I think the most important thing is your material and your performing as you know, to playing in a festival or playing in a bar or in a party. If you have this formula, you have this real feeling on your music or on your material, on your ideas, I think the you know, the chicks, they're coming to start playing along.
Yeah, like you don't really have to like sell yourself because your sound
Yeah. You have
does it sound for you.
you have to infect all the people with your thing.
Exactly.
That's the new way of music. There's no, you know, the story of a manager looking for a band. No, that's
Yeah.
crap.
But
That's
that's like in the
tendencies
past.
now.
There's no limousines cruising down the block
Yeah.
looking for artists in their garage
Yeah,
anymore.
you need you need to do the social media, to produce your music well. Everything. You need to do everything.
And I think that one thing as a band that we pride ourselves a lot is that we don't wait for
Miracle.
shit to be handed to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Like we just
a big one right there.
we go out there and we do it. You know, he'll come up with an idea. I'll probably think for 2 seconds, be like, damn, this dude's crazy. let's do it, you know what I mean? Let's do it, you know what I
Are you
mean?
crazy? Okay, let's
And
do it.
we'll get it done, you know what I mean? What seems like an impossible idea ends up being totally possible once you start doing it. I think the hard part for most bands out there, and if I could give a word of advice to any band starting, is just go out there and do it, man. Don't wait for anything to be handed to you. Like, nothing's gonna be handed to you at all. You know, even a guitar pick, you know, you go out there and grab that sucker.
Yeah. So what are some things that happen that shows that, like, you don't think are cool?
That we don't like from
Yeah.
shows? Oh man, the list goes on. No, I'm just kidding. So I'd say one thing I think most bands are bothered by this is just the schedules, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think that the word, I play guitar, just because it says play in it, people think that I'm like playing around. You know what I mean? But you're not, and there's a schedule for a reason, and you try to adhere to it because in that schedule you set your mind to, like, this is where I'm going to be in tip top notch and I'm going to perform well. And if it's a little before, I might have not had my warm up yet, or if it's a little after, I might already be too tired, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'd known it was after it in the beginning, I would have thought, well, then I'll just take a nap earlier to be ready, or you know what I mean? You plan for that time in particular, and then it doesn't happen.
Yeah. I get you, man. Because, like, it even happens to me. Like, we go to a show and it says, starts at 9. Like, at 8 o'clock, I'm already here at home, like, thinking about what I'm going to do and stuff. I'm, like, starting to get that sense of urgency.
Yeah.
And then I get there, and then 9 o'clock comes, and the band's not playing yet.
We were late
I already
today.
have my game plan, my mindset, and then I have to wait.
Yeah.
The band starts at 10, and by that time, I'm like,
That's
I
tough.
can imagine what it's like for a musician.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it's cool if it runs a couple of minutes late. That's fine. You know that it's a hard industry when it comes to like perfection, because there are many things can go wrong. Like Murphy's Law applies every single day you do this. But when it's something like 2 hours or an hour and a half, or it's like, oh, come on, man. I mean, most problems can be solved in 15, 20 minutes, you know what I mean?
Y en México, estamos hablando sobre cómo corren los shows aquí en El Paso, como a veces se atrasan con el horario y no sé, pero
No, nomás aquí.
a veces,
En todos lados.
Sí,
pues yo nomás les puedo explicar de Paso porque pues es donde vamos a shows.
Ajá.
Pero en México, ¿cómo es? ¿Es diferente o...?
Sí tiene mucho que ver el plan de contratación, ¿no? Yo creo que es básico el rollo de, por ejemplo, si va, no sé, ¿quién te gusta? Anatema o por decir Kasabian, que ahora va con Slaves, ¿no? Sí son muy exactos en, digamos, en la cuestión técnica, si son entre semana. Porque pues mucha gente también entre semana tiene que trabajar, entonces va a un show, sale temprano y se quiere ir también temprano, ¿no? Entonces en esa cuestión sí funciona como más, digamos, profesionalmente. A veces cuando ya son fines de semana, pues dejan obviamente también que se llene el lugar, que la gente tal vez también pueda estar pisteando más, o sea, que se ambiente más, ¿no? Pero los shows, o sea, se hacen, ¿no? Eso sí es ya ley, ¿no? No es como cualquier cosa que, no, pues bueno, no sé si Scott Weiland estaba pedo o muy drogado, se esperan a que se le baje y luego que salga. No, en México no, sí son muy...
Sale hasta el
No,
culo.
exactamente, o sea, si
No
es
se
de
vale.
que aquí está el contrato, tú me dijiste que ibas a hacer esto, y
Hasta ahora
profesional,
sabes.
¿no? Ajá, entonces...
Como Pueblo Mud.
Así la aplican.
Entonces, por ese lado, o sea, sí en México sí se da eso, ¿no? Sí se da obviamente también cuestiones técnicas de que a veces falla algo, de que el horario, ¿no? Pero en México, en la Ciudad de México sí son muy estrictos en eso.
Sí, corre muy bien. Los pues corren
Sí.
muy bien.
Okay, what about your social media?
www.goldencrackband.com.
Okay, is it Golden Crack with the vowels in it too? Or is it?
Well, I'll explain that really quick. The website is www.goldencrackband.com. It's all spelled out. If you want to look us up on Facebook it's Golden Crack without the vowels. So you're looking at GLDN CRCK. But if you put the at sign,
or
at Golden Crack, and it'll show up to see without the vowels.
Yeah, I think you kind of explained the whole Golden Crack concept. Where it's like you're trying to like deliver something that's not the norm.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Like for example, how everybody has already the formula for gold. You know, like we were saying, music, it just seems like a copy of it. You know, because they saw a gold mine with, I don't know, rats, or you know what I mean? And they went through that, and ours is, well, crack that gold, crack that idea of like, oh, if I follow this, I'll be rich, or, you know, make your own idea, make your own path. You know, that's sort of
That's cool, man.
the idea of the band, the motto.
What are some places that you like to play? Like maybe here or in Mexico?
Europe.
Yeah. Europe, definitely.
Hell yeah, man.
Latin America, Europe, and
Like a European tour.
I need to play in Japan, man.
I know, man. It's one of those
And
places.
it's-
Oh, I hear so many good
I
things
love
about
Japan.
the scene in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some friends that are from here that were like really close to touring Japan, and they were like really excited about it. They talked to us about it before like the plans fell apart, but they were excited about it because like they say that the fans over there are like
It's crazy.
Good. They live for
rabid,
that
man.
music,
They, like they make their own shirts of your band and stuff.
That's cool.
It's crazy, man. Like they really get into it. So what about like promoters?
Are
Are there any promoters here in El Paso that helped you when you were here?
No, not here.
No. It's you know, it's just us. In Mexico, we have an agency. It's called Lennon MX, and it's
Shout out to
great.
Lennon.
Yeah, which is great because you know it's one of my best friends of Juarez. They work with this guy worked with Nortec, and it's cool, man. It's they run all over the shows all over the city and in Mexico City and the city
Festivals.
of Mexico. Yeah, and it's cool. It's more easy to get into. But in El Paso, no. In the US, no.
In the US, we've been doing it all
It's just
ourselves.
us.
Wow, crazy.
We've worked with some good people, but nobody that's worked for us, more people
Yeah, yeah.
that we've
Yeah.
worked with.
It's like you've helped them out.
Yeah, scratch and scratch, in other words.
Yeah. What about like your setting? Like I'm sure that you could play whatever they're asking for, right? As
Well,
far
our-
as the rate, like the
We do have a show coming up for this week on Thursday at Club Here I Love You. Usually our set length is about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the venue that we're doing. If it's our headline show, we try to do an hour to an hour and 15 minutes for set list. And that's just to keep it interesting. We do have a lot of music we can play, but I think that the hour to hour and 15 minutes keeps it very dynamic, very intense and energetic. As opposed to throwing in filler,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
do all killer.
I'll kill her, no filler.
man, yeah.
You said that sounds like something that should be like on a shirt or something.
Right, yeah. Or on a beer or something.
Yeah. Okay, so I'd like for Junior to give advice to a young musician, and then also Alex to give maybe one after the other.
Well, to all you new musicians coming out there, man, the world is yours. The next generations are the ones coming up to play. You know, we've been doing this for a while, and we'll probably be doing it for a while. But for people coming up, man, don't give up. Don't let anybody tell you that's not a trend or what you're doing is wrong. Art comes from the heart, and if you're not feeling it, then it's not art. So go ahead and keep doing it. Remember, there's always ways of finding how to do it yourself. Don't wait for anybody to hand down anything. You know, it can be done, and the more you pursue it, you know, the more you'll get it. Don't, like they say in Spanish, no quites el dedo del renglón. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So, it's all about legacy, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about legacy.
Tell us in Spanish, that way the kids in Juárez can get a positive message.
Totalmente, ¿no? O sea, a mí no me interesa, como decía Junior, venimos de una generación en la que tenemos que, para sacar una canción tenemos que escuchar el disco y regresarle, o un tape, ¿no? Y crear esa, digamos, esa mecánica ya en tu cabeza de decir, ok, puedo tocar Rage Against the Machine, puedo tocar, puedo samplear algo como Depeche Mode, o sea, muchas cosas. Entonces, con la tecnología que tenemos ahora, que es lo que también hace Golden Crack, mi consejo para todos ustedes es eso, o sea, utilicen bien la tecnología en un modo que lo hagan positivamente a algo grande, no a algo negativo o simplemente que se queden ahora sí que así como en un círculo, ¿no? Dando vueltas nada más. Considero que esa apatía hay mucha ahorita en las nuevas generaciones. No sé si sea una cuestión también de la situación que vivimos en México por el narco y todo esto que apagó obviamente toda una generación, ¿no? Ya ahora los chicos no podían ir a no podían hacer una fiesta en un lugar, en un bar, porque tal vez puedan llegar narcos, ¿no? Entonces eso apagó también mucho. No nada más lo digo así como, no sé, o sea, como en a hater way.
Yeah, it's a hater way,
O sea,
no, it's a realistic way.
exactamente, o sea, entonces yo el consejo que más les doy es de que trabajen en lo que realmente les haga feliz y que propongan, que no tengan nada de miedo a proponer,
Innovate.
totalmente, ¿no? Innovar, o sea, hace 2 semanas escuchaba una banda que se llama Slaves de UK y es mi banda preferida ya, o sea, por mucho así de... Y son nada más dos chicos, ¿no? Es como un Royal Blood, pero...
Punk.
Pero, ajá, totalmente, o sea, influenciado por Sex Pistols, por Misfits, o sea, teniendo este coraje sobre todo, y sobre todo, ¿cómo te puedes decir? Esta energía de no quedarse callado, de hacer las cosas, de decirlas, plasmarlas y demostrarlas sobre todo. Ese es mi consejo, ¿no? Que no te reprimas para nada todo lo que tienes tú adentro, porque alguien te puede decir, no, es que eso no está de moda o esto. Ahora sí que eso no importa, ¿no?
Yeah. How about any shoutouts to anybody who's like helped you out?
Shout outs to everybody here on the border that's helped us out. I mean, Auto Lee Films, Badia, the late night show. Everybody here that's gone to our shows, man, keep coming out. We have new material coming out, check us out. Who else? Shout outs. Everybody in Mexico City, Lennon, Mexico. Don Burro,
Friends
Chihuahua.
of Theater Center.
Chihuahua people, thanks for all the support. La Bella Napoli and all your support over there.
Honestly.
Diablito Ales. Man, anybody that I missed, you know who you are.
Flor del Desierto, en Juárez.
Flor del Desierto en Juárez.
También.
Of course, our families, man, we can't do without our families. You know, we try to always be as family conscious as we can, because when you're falling down, man, they're the only ones there to pick you up.
Yeah, when you fall, they're the ones that are right there.
He's a new singer, want to dedicate this song to all the Catalonians, to Jimmy, to Jeff, thanks for having us. Go.
Okay, so we're taking a quick selfie.
Sorry, guys.
That's cool. Selfies are encouraged at the metal shop vlogs. The metal shop. So we've arrived to the rapid fire. But I'm okay. Damn, I can't open the big one. Okay, so I'm gonna ask them 5 questions off the top of my head. I still don't even know what I'm gonna ask them, man. But
Off the top of your head.
off the top of my head. So they have like like a split second to answer. Cool. Okay, so let me see here. What's your favorite sport in Mexico?
Baseball.
What? I thought you were gonna say soccer.
I'm gonna say soccer.
I thought soccer was like
Baseball
the
is-
national sport.
Well, it is, but
Okay, is there anything in Mexico that compares to Chicos Tacos?
Yeah, wow.
Better?
A lot.
Chicos is like a joke thing.
you haven't had tacos when you went to Mexico City, man. That's all I got.
Do they have Taco Tuesday in Mexico?
Taco every day, dude.
Taco 24/7. Okay, so what's your favorite song to cover?
My favorite song?
To cover?
Spoon Man.
Yeah! Nice. Would you ever model for a nude class? You know, art class? Would you model nude for an art class?
Yeah, well.
If they weren't disappointed, I could.
Cool. Let me see. What's the last question? What's your favorite American food in Mexico?
Carl's Jr. I think it's Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr.?
Isn't it?
Not McDonald's?
No,
Dude,
No,
I don't
it's
even like
different.
Carl's Jr. here.
It's different.
It's different.
so different.
Yeah.
It's different. Yeah.
You gotta think of avocado here and avocado over there. That's what makes
Yeah.
the difference.
That's crazy. So maybe Carl's Jr. is like the McDonald's.
It's
Over
Carl's
there.
Jr. is like a Whataburger.
Carl's Jr. is like, yeah, it's like the tip, like the one burger here.
but in Mexico, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's funny because we have a Carl's
walk
Jr.
in
like down
here.
here, down the street from me, and
and you never go.
We never go there.
I think
It's
California classics are pretty good.
I'm sure they're good, and I've been there before, but it's just not something that like
You
I
crave.
plan on going.
Yeah.
Like for us, like when we see somebody post about Chicos, like if they're at Chicos and they post a picture, it's like it's an El Paso thing because like we gotta go.
Yeah.
As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, we were there today, and you know, I don't know. I think they brought back some of the original cheese, or they did something because they were good
I
today.
saw
man.
they were changing the cheese.
Yeah, they changed it, but they were good today because the last time we went, they sucked so bad.
No offense.
Nah, fuck that, man. The dude needs to know, man. The owner of Chicos needs to know that
They get better.
You used to suck, but you're getting
They had a
better.
bad day, but today, hey man, it was redemption because they were good.
That's good.
Okay, so are there any parting words that you'd like to give your fans, the audience?
Follow us on social media. Again, www.goldencrackband.com. Right there, you'll find everything. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. You know what I mean? We like stalkers. That's cool. Come out to the shows. Check out our tour dates.
Merch.
We have a great merch store. We have shirts from tours. We have original designs. Everything. You're never gonna find anything that looks remotely like anything else. Keep doing your music, guys. All you aspiring musicians. You know what I mean? Check us out anytime you can. We'll be here in El Paso for a couple days. We'll be playing Club Here I Love You on Thursday, July 27th.
Free show.
Free show. Check us out
I haven't
there.
been there yet, man. I want to go check that out. That's at Union Plaza.
It's at Union Plaza, right there, downtown El Paso. And you know, a big thank you to everybody that's been supporting us all these years, man.
Do you sing?
Semi-sing, I bet.
Like back up. How do you sing in big drums?
I don't know.
It's just something that comes
I
out.
just do.
Crazy, man. I can't even sing and like take pictures. Yeah. Okay, man. Well, it was a blast having you guys here, and I think it's like finally, man, we finally got to catch you guys. And I honestly didn't think we were gonna get to every interview, guys, because especially when I started moving to Mexico, I was like, there goes our chance.
No,
But thank you for making time for us, man. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thank
I know
you.
your time in El Paso is like very limited, so we really appreciate you guys coming down.
thank you guys for
Thank you
having
so
us.
much.
And thank you guys for watching too. Big thank you and shout out to Mama Judy as always.
Yeah.
How Judy?
She's
Judy.
She's
Big shout out.
90%
Love
of
you.
the Metal Show vlogs because she records everything.
Of course, Metal Shop guys, El Paso.
Yeah. And we'll see you guys next week on the Metal Shop vlogs.